taken
I got
so
the audio
much
fixed.
of this opportunity and turned it into what we can like grow.
Every corner of the game, from the art, the design, the audio, the music, the UI, the rewards, completely infused with the magic of the collaboration. It's really been a real treat to be a part of.
Yeah, super satisfying.
Cool. It's working now. Here's the soundtrack. Oh boy. Man, where's this money coming from for all this production value? Because I know it's not coming from the player base right now.
Good morning, everybody.
Sony must be digging deep into their pockets.
Didn't mean to
for
wake you
these
up with
guys.
that beat, sorry. The overarching theme for this was to create a score for this release that felt like it was cohesive as a whole. We're all talking to each other and collaborating with each other. We were able to explore different ways of orchestrating.
Homeboy drinking beer in the background? No, it's a coffee.
Different ways of writing with the orchestra that expand on the Destiny palette and make it fresh and new. When I look at the Star Wars scores, there were certain elements that naturally fit string flourishes or wood flourishes that would play into a certain moment. When it's like,
I want to hear it.
I know I want something to feel more Williams, so I'll push it. Not this Williams, the John Williams. I'll push it more in that world.
Look at the stuff
Another
in the
thing
background
too
there
is
behind
amount of
their
percussion.
table.
I had some ideas that felt more full-on Star Wars, and once you like flesh out the percussion arrangement, it instantly sounds more Destiny as a result.
This could be some
For me,
of
a lot
Bungie's
of it was
best
about
work.
framing, where when I use a lot of the Destiny themes, how I set them up
They
and how I'm
collaborated with the
transitioning in and out of
LucasArts team.
moments are much more Star Warsy in terms of the
As far as the
harmony and
soundtrack goes.
orchestration.
I think the most exciting part about this was the opportunity to work with these guys and Mike.
You definitely made it a point to kind of bring us together and listen to each other's music.
But Brendan, you wrote something with the most beautiful oboe solo in it, and it drives me nuts that I didn't think of it first.
No one wanted to
solo.
follow Brendan, is what it came down to.
That's
Brendan's cues just sound amazing from the start.
I remember knowing your first high action cue. Everyone was like, "Whoa!" Because it's really fast, really intense. Josh kept on like spinning around and looking at you.
This soundtrack could be cool.
Humans have to play this. Jeez.
Destiny has like so many themes, and that's like a great vehicle for doing the Star Wars spin.
Our first meeting was discussing that main theme, and I remember hearing it for the first time.
All right, guys, let's get to the gameplay.
And everybody
Let's see
kind
that
of
new
perked
dungeon.
up when we all heard it. We're all having ideas that were just a little bit different from one another. That was all sort of impacted what the final version of the theme was.
Dredge and Bale. That kind of teed off the main theme, and the fact that we were exploring the idea of this kind of anti-Guardian character set in this story of scoundrels. We wanted something that would be a backbone to tell a longer arc story. It has a layer of ominousness to it, it has a layer of mystery to it, but it can be turned other ways.
I felt a sense of menace.
Yeah.
It's called a Temu Kylo
I'm just
Ren.
excited to get to experience it with players.
Just really hope that, personally, I've written something that they can really connect with and love, and if I can cause a couple of goosebumps in there, I'll take that as a bonus too.
I hope players get taken on a journey that inspires them and makes them feel like this world is really unique and really special.
Oh,
My
man.
favorite feeling as a creator is getting to watch someone's look of like absolute surprise.
I want players to feel hope, that exciting, boundless potential that Destiny has and world of possibility that Star Wars unlocked.
How are you feeling about the armor sets?
I've been waiting so long
I say I'm
for
not
this.
a huge fan of the armor set so far. But, this is just world drop armor sets, so nothing special.
All right, welcome back to the Cantina. So what you just saw was our second Vidoc, making of a Renegade, or what it takes to make a Renegade. This is our moment to really peel back the curtain and show you how games are made. It's a monumental effort, and what you saw, it was a mix of our narrative design, audio, our collaboration efforts with Lucasfilm Games. Many thanks to everyone involved. Also, a few folks that weren't pictured there, ranging from design, production, test. Even a shout out, I got to give it to IT for keeping our computers running, and our services folks too for keeping our servers running. So today we're going to be talking about the Lawless Frontier. This is our new activity coming with Destiny 2 Renegades, and we have three
become really reflecting
developers
of the
on our couch to talk us through what we're seeing.
the
It'll be a
depression
fun
that's
deep
going
dive.
on at
So
Bungie right
without
now.
further ado, let's get some introductions.
There's some
Eric Smith,
emo-ness
we're
going
starting
on.
with you.
DMG, Damage 04. Yes, my name is Eric Smith. I am a combat design lead on Destiny 2. You may know me from my work where I was the design lead on the Strand subclasses. I started kind of making the stasis abilities, and most recently the Renegades ability buffs.
Awesome. Yeah, next up, Tom Farnsworth. This is the first time that you and I are in a stream together, but a quick introduction for folks that may not have seen you in previous Vidocs.
Yeah, so I'm Tom, the creative lead for Renegades, and I've been at Bungie for I don't know, I can't even remember, 13, 14 years. Worked on Destiny 1, Destiny 2. The highlights were probably Dreaming City, Season of the Splicer, 30th and Into the Light were the most recent things I worked on leading in this, but this has been an absolute blast to work on.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining us today. And last but not least, our grid skipper aficionado, Taylor Bjorndal. How you doing?
Great. Yeah, Taylor Bjorndal, associate weapons designer, here to talk about all the rewards and blasters and the practice played and all the other stuff we made for you to chase.
Awesome. Yeah, so just for folks, if you end up missing anything, if we go a little bit fast, we got a lot to pack through. We'll have a VOD on Twitch and YouTube after this. And if you missed our Vidoc or the launch trailer, those will be uploaded as well. So what we're seeing on screen right now, we're launching into our Lawless Frontier activity. Tom, I would love to put the spotlight on you. Let's give a quick description. What is the Lawless Frontier?
So the Lawless Frontier is our core game mode in Renegades. You're going to play through some of the campaign, but it's really what comprises our end game. And the idea is that you're a renegade, you're taking on these shady jobs like bounty hunting, smuggling, and sabotage from our syndicates, and you're doing so to increase your notoriety, your power, and your riches, and of course to get some sweet loot.
Yeah, and when you talk about bounty hunting, sabotaging, that kind of stuff, those are different types of this activity, right?
Yeah, their bounty hunting is all about taking out a key syndicate boss. Sabotage is about blowing the heck out of everything with your renegade abilities. Dropping airstrikes on cabal
be
vehicles.
Cool if there's
and
airstrikes
smuggling
and stuff
is about
now.
grabbing everything that isn't tied down.
Yeah. In true fashion, when you're going into a dangerous spot, you got to just grab whatever you can find, right?
Yep.
So today we're going to be focusing on a bounty hunt, and I believe you said this is kind of like a quintessential Destiny vibe of an activity, right?
Yeah, it's
telling
probably
me
the
I get to be
closest a
Boba
traditional
Fett?
Destiny activity, but you're going to start in the ready room, which is kind of a unique experience, and you're going to be able to pick your renegade abilities in there from your little shank buddy that's in there. You'll hop aboard Hawk, and you'll drop down to the destination. You can see we're already in on one of the Mars maps that we have. There are all these jobs take place across Mars, Venus, and Europa, and
so
there's
Star
two
Wars-esque.
maps on each destination. This is Hellas Fortitude, and right now we're doing a bounty hunt, and we're working to draw out the intel officers to track down where our target is.
This new sniper's sick.
After this, there'll be resurgence of the security forces of that target. They'll have a classic boss fight, but with
it's a heavy
bunch of wrinkles
sniper
thrown
too, I
in for
believe.
gameplay here of
Or-
things,
no, maybe not.
hazards that are at play, your abilities, maybe an invader, which we'll talk about later, and then you'll exfil with your bounty and get some loot and take that back to our social space, Tharsis Junction, where you'll be able to spend your currencies to buy some of the cool blasters, or maybe some of the cosmetics and customizations for the practice of Blade we're going to talk about later.
Awesome. Yeah, and I mean, so as we're going through this, we're going to be seeing a lot of abilities that players know and
like
love
just
on
a
screen,
horde
but we have
mode.
new abilities, Renegade abilities, that are going to be for this activity. And Eric, you're going to be our
The lightsaber looks
our
cool, I'm not
person
gonna
of
lie.
knowledge here.
Yeah.
What do we got on screen?
Yeah, so Renegade Abilities is a new ability system we have in Renegades. What you do is we have a brand new button for you to press. That's going to be R3 on the controller and then Z on the keyboard. And that's going to kind of switch you into a different mode that gives you new abilities for your grenade and your melee. That sends out one of these tokens.
That could be cool.
We have here on the screen, you can see we have one called
Just
Revitalize
more options
that
to get lost in
heals
your
you
keyboard on.
and provides you with ability energy. And then we have the other one, which is the Deflector Shield, which is this zone I can sit inside and shoot out of, and it blocks all the incoming damage.
So what
It's also
Titan
going
Bubble should
to,
be.
for my allies who are inside the shield, it will amplify them and then jolt any enemies who pass through it. And
Why can't
all
they
of
do
these
that to the
have
Titan
7
Bubble?
levels of upgrades.
I wanna shoot
So
out of it.
When you first start, they will have certain functionality and certain strength, and as you upgrade them, they're going to get better and better. And they really change the gameplay, right? Like they're kind of these pocket supers almost that as a
This looks
hunter,
like
I'm able to
absolute
be like, I'm
chaos.
going to build support, right? I'm going to choose these 2 support renegade abilities and make sure my team has what they need to survive this tough environment. You can also see
absolute chaos.
in this mode we have non-regenerating health. So things like that Revitalize
That looks
Renegade
really
ability are
fun.
really going to come in handy to be like, we need to take a break and heal. Let's pop over here to some safety, and anyone can build into that if that's what they want. You know, we have things like vehicles that you can pull in or you can call down from your ship. So that's one thing. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah,
So,
well, before we get to the ship, actually, let's talk a little
You're
bit
on
more
video
about
right
the
now.
health mechanics in here. Because we had this in some previous activities like Nether, and we got a ton of great feedback
Hey,
on
I
like,
need you to
how
throw
much you
okay.
get back, how you get it back. And I've seen already in this activity, as you're going through, there are some pots. There are some ways that you can get it. There are the Renegades abilities. But Tom, if you want to talk a little bit more about it.
We took Nether as a base, but I'd say this is a little bit more forgiving. The way that health works is, yeah, you've got a large pool of health. It does not regenerate at the top level, but if you get down to 0, it will regenerate to the base shield, so you're not stuck with a red flashing screen.
It's recording.
And you can either use a normal sandbox like a rift, a healing, a support weapon. You can crack open these pots that have those little healing orbs you can see on the screen to get some of your health back. Or you can use things like Revitalize and like build your Renegade abilities into kind of dealing with
The
those
daughter
kind
had
of
to be
challenges we're putting
featured.
in front of you. And one thing that I really like about this mode is like we've got expert, master, grandmaster, and on grandmaster you're really gonna need to use all these abilities that kind of like coordinate with your teammates and kind of build a loadout to kind of conquer the challenges we put in front of you.
Awesome. Yeah, so going back
The
to,
new
you had mentioned the
update
ship
to,
when we're using our Renegade abilities. And I think earlier,
shoot.
outside of the Vex Dome, there was kind of like an airstrike that
The
happened
Hunter's
too, right?
yeah, we have a
solar
strafing
thing that he
run
throws
you
out.
can upgrade,
Looks
and your
sick.
ship, so the one that you have customized and put your shader on, will fly through the arena and
Gunpowder
drop
gamble.
bombs
There we
in
go.
sequence, right? And as I upgrade this, it gets more and more devastating until it
Gunpowder
like, is,
Gamble's changes are going to be sweet. It makes me want to go back to
beyond any
Hunter.
supers we have in the game. It is
Hey, I need
it's
you to go out,
incredible.
okay?
There's another
I
one
need you to
that
go
is
out,
the
okay?
Cabal drop
Thank you.
pod, and what that does is, if you're familiar with
I'll
the
be out there
Cabal
in a bit.
drop pod, it is this giant metal
Shut
ball
that
that
door.
slams into the ground. And in this case, it is almost like a supply drop because it's full of ammo, and it's also going to squish anything under it. And it does incredible damage. Not only that, but it will damage you and your teammates. So you got to be really careful.
It will delete them.
Yeah, just delete them.
You
gotta
will
know before
delete
you drop
them.
this.
Offensive supply drop.
Yeah, but you can be the Cabal now. You can turn it.
I can
turn it
unalive my
around
own
on them.
team now?
Yeah. So Bjorn,
Oh.
we've had you kind of sitting quiet over there. I'd love to talk about the blasters that our players have been using. So in the Vidoc, we were talking about the balanced blaster and the dynamic blaster. Can you break down each, just a quick review of each, and then we can talk through some of the reload mechanics?
Yep, sure. So yeah, we have 2 sets of blasters, or 2 different kinds of blasters.
Yeah,
The dynamics are like more aggressive, harder hitting, faster rate of fire. They can like generally punch above their weight class, but they're like a little bit harder to manage heat on. The balanced blasters is more like a rain of bullets. Like I'm just gonna unload on a big pack of stuff and like really have like a deep mag.
Cool. And what you can see on screen right here, these are going to be all the blasters that you can get from running our Lawless Frontier activity.
So you can see down in the bottom corner how the
that you can earn through the dungeon, which we'll talk a little bit
the
about
heat
later.
or the charge works on
but
those
yeah,
guns.
when it came to really balancing
There'll be a
blasters and bringing
percentage
them into
visible.
Destiny as a new kind of weapon type, I would love to hear what were the challenges, what was some of the fun in developing those things with the team.
Absolutely,
So you
yeah.
got like
So
this.
like one of the things that was in the Vidoc was kind of finding the balance of like how much Star Wars versus how much
Spin up.
Destiny we wanted on these things.
Wonder how
And
long it
was
takes to
a
cool
collaborative
down
effort
once you get it
with
all the way to 100.
Basically everybody on the team. These were Mercule's
That
project for
cooldown
most
looks
of
like
its
it takes a
release.
while. Like
But
if you hit
it was
100,
like
it looks like it's
big
gonna be a while
effort
before you
on
can use it
design,
again.
Test, animation, audio to really sell the experience of using these and to make them look and feel the part.
I guess
like what
between
people would expect from both
cycling that
Destiny
and abilities,
and the Star
you're not
Wars
going to be
Blaster.
using it as much as you.
Yeah, I mean, since we're on
the
the
first thing.
topic of loot and gear, our
Oh,
Guardian
okay,
right
so
now is
reloading
using the new
quickly
Praxis Blade
drains
and
that
also getting
percentage.
smashed by a Cabal drop pod.
That's cool.
But I'd love
Alright.
to hear about the customization that y'all developed for this, and this can be Tom and Bjorn talk to it. Yeah.
Sure.
Throw the
So you're gonna
saber!
get Praxis Blade by we're collaborating with Honor throughout the campaign. She's going to like deem you worthy of earning it. You'll go on a cool little quest that I don't want to spoil to earn one for yourself. And then post-campaign, you're going to unlock the ability to customize it. You're going to be able to change out your dark matter crystals and change the color of the blade to match your personality. And you're
I
going to be
get
able
to
to
customize
change a
my
bunch of
saber.
different mods and gameplay elements, right?
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of different things you can kind of swap to fit your playstyle on this, where we have forms, cores, mods, and 4 different catalysts on it. And the forms kind of change like how you can get ammo back and give you some damage bonuses based off of different gameplay styles. And the cores let you apply subclass verbs to a different part of what the weapon does, depending on something that matches your subclass. So like you can add sever to like the saber throw, or something
can
else.
basically kind of,
like
to an
weekend
extent,
or,
customize your
jolting.
swords.
Yeah, it creates these really cool combos where I am
Passive abilities.
strike, I'm throwing to debuff enemies
Yeah.
and then getting it back and striking again.
Yeah, and during a couple of our trial runs with this, you were talking about there are some animations and different combos in your melee structure, right?
Yeah. So there's like a 3 or 4 hit combo you can do where you.
Are you guys hearing
will
that?
End it with
What was
like
just
a
going on in
big
that bubble?
spinny move that's like very thematic. Almost
When
kinda
he's
like how
slashing
Darth
with the
has, like, little
lightsaber,
combo
it's
there.
making the
Awesome.
traditional
I did wanna
slash
call out, we also
noise
saw
of
the Renegade
a metal
ability,
sword.
The turret.
I
that we
hope
have,
that's not.
it
That's
is
such
called
crap.
the Piker mortar, and it is like the strongest turret.
doesn't even
you've
sound like
ever
a
built.
lightsaber when you're
it
swinging
is-
it.
It has crazy range, crazy damage, and is a really nice. I'm going to throw this thing out to manage this part of the map. Yeah, while I deal with other stuff.
Perfect. Yeah, and, so as we're coming to the end of this activity, I'd love to just know kind of some of the narrative dressing. So as you're going into the Lawless Frontier, it's our activity, but also kind of like the feel of this experience.
You hear that?
And there's a turf war going on. I know
Bro.
Robbie in a previous stream
How
we
do
were
you
talking
overlook
about the turf war a
that?
bit, but
Make it make lightsaber
how that sets up
clashes.
this activity.
Sure. So
It's
in
not
the
even making a
in-game,
lightsaber
the syndicates
clash.
are in this kind of ongoing turf war.
I don't wanna hit
across
someone with a
Mars,
lightsaber
Venus,
and just hear
and
kink,
Europa, and you can kind of take
kink,
advantage of
kink,
that by taking on their contracts that they
You already
offer
lost, Bungie.
and kind of winning out the
You
day
had one
for them,
job,
but
and it was to
doing
make this
so,
lightsaber
you can extract
freaking
maximum
epic.
power, profits, rewards from them, and you can take anything you earn through engaging in these jobs and completing these priority contracts. They
Better not be
offer.
like that in the
You can
final
go back to the social
release of
space.
this.
You can. They each have their own reward track.
Bungie,
like
make lightsabers
Pikers,
make lightsaber
the
noises.
Sarsis Reformation. They offer weapons to unlock, new abilities, upgrades for those abilities, some elements or mods for the Praxis Blade, and a whole bunch of other things like some shaders too. So you can kind of like rep your favorite syndicate on your armor, which is pretty cool. It's definitely one of the
The weapons
Lawless
look cool,
Frontier,
though,
it's
I
one
gotta
of the
say.
most cohesive and deepest modes
All the
we've ever
rifles.
built. Like everything from this mode ties into the holo map, into the different mini game modes within it, into the social space. So like it's going to be exciting to see players kind of peel back all the layers and maybe get into some the darker corners like Invasion.
Yeah, and I mean,
So
so
far,
we've
all I'm
progressed.
seeing is just
we've defeated the boss that we were
onslaught.
hunting down for our bounty hunt. And this portion of the activity is kind
Reborn
of emblematic
with
of we're in a
new
lawless frontier
abilities
that's
added.
dangerous. Even after you finish your objective, now it looks like you got to fight your way out.
Yeah, so every job in the lawless frontier, in this case bounty hunt, like it escalates over time. So it gets harder.
That's
the
cool,
longer
the
you're there.
secrets
So
from
there's
going
real
powder
pressure
gamble.
to get in, do your objective, and get out. Just so like right now we're in the exfil. This is the final moments of the activity. You send up a flare. You call your ship in. The Cabal are pouring down on you here. You're throwing out your renegade abilities, and you're just trying to survive until your ship gets there. In this case, each of the 3 jobs, bounty hunt, smuggle, and sabotage, have their own unique mechanic. So for bounty hunt, you have to take out these 3 mini bosses, which we call retaliators here.
Yeah, so as our fire team is fighting their way out, we actually do have a preview of a fun exotic that's coming with the reward pass in Destiny 2 Renegades. I believe we have a preview that we can share. But Bjorndal, if you could give a quick overview of our exotic machine gun.
Yeah, so this is the Service of Luzaku. It's a very unique machine gun.
That looks
It's almost
super
like a
high.
Necromancer, Broodweaver
I love that
theme. Where
That's cool.
You turn your enemies into these little nests of threadlings that
It's
you
like
can like shoot and
Savathun's
then
machine
spawn
gun.
more and like build it up to control like a space.
Yeah, and Threadlings just got a buff, correct?
Threadlings did get a buff. They're smarter than they were before.
Yeah, and sorry, so to segue more appropriately, over the last few weeks we've been doing a series of blog articles with y'all on the Sandbox team talking about the core game updates coming to Destiny 2
There I heard
available to
lightsaber
all
noises.
players. So we have a lot of quality of life changes that are coming to your supers, your subclass abilities, all that kind of stuff that we just previewed yesterday. One of which, Warlock focus, was
Okay.
around Threadlings, your strand abilities. Yeah, if you want to cover that
I'm
really
thinking
quick.
Yeah,
I might have been
so
wrong
you can
about
see
the
here
lightsaber
Warlock
noises.
is moving while rifting.
I think it does.
which,
It's just
is
quiet.
a
What I'm hearing
huge
is
kind of
that
quality of life
like
upgrade
cyclone
that
thing
allows
going
you
on
to
around
dodge attacks, get into cover, close the gap
the
while
Warlock.
you're casting your ability.
That-
It works really well with the new Warlock exotic as well. So there
That's
are,
what it
you know,
is.
If you haven't seen that
Okay.
article we put out yesterday, please check it out. There's a lot of great.
I may have been
buffs.
mistaken. I
We've
take it
shown
back.
Hunters a lot of love. You know, we love our hunters. We want them to feel powerful.
Yeah, we saw some feedback with the exotic tuning article. Hunters were like, wait, I want to see more, which in the future we will definitely have more. But
Oh, yeah.
the
We
abilities
to talk
preview.
about the future, but we can't. But because there's a lot of exciting hunter stuff that we are working on.
So with the abilities updates for Hunters, Golden Gun got a pass?
Yeah, so Golden Gun got a pass, does more damage, and now scorches on impact. We
That'll
fixed
be-
an
that'll be
issue
sweet.
where you had to step outside of your well to get full damage. Now you can stay in the well. Outside of that, we saw in the gameplay Gunpowder Gamble. If you throw it and you shoot it before it explodes naturally, it does more damage, more radius, and also spits out little kind of seeker projectiles.
Yeah, and as we're getting our loot, we need to cover the Titan changes for
Sentinel.
Sorry?
Sentinel.
Sentinel, yeah, the band.
Yeah, Sentinel Shield. We're excited about this one. So Sentinel Shield is getting a shift a little bit.
A bit of a rework, right?
Yeah, a bit of a rework. The
Compact
usage
defender.
rates weren't great, and we want to provide something that is kind of on par with well, as far as like, what am I going to take into a raid to support my team? So in Renegades, your Sentinel Shield, as you're holding it up, your allies behind your shield are going to auto reload, and there's just kind of rhythm to it. So if you can fire at the right time, you can just like rocket, rocket, rocket. So it is like the actual like damage increase is big. Not only that, but as I guard my enemies and the shield takes damage, I'm charging this bar up that charges up my shield throw. And at full charge, that shield throw is going to do Thunder Crash level damage, which, you know, depending on how players use it, maybe you even get 2 of those out of a single super. Like it's strong. So, and that's what we want, right? We want
that wasn't in the TWID.
Provide
That's cool.
That power fantasy to players. I think, you know, this.
Now that explains
this era
why
of
they dropped
Destiny
or
is like
they pulled back
fun
the
first.
damage
We
buff
want
that you get from
players
standing
to
behind the
have
shield
great
from, what was it,
time
like
and
45
feel,
down to 25?
Overpowered.
That makes a lot more sense.
I'm gonna hold you to it. Yeah, I honestly
Thunder
can't wait.
crash level
But,
damage from a
so we
shield
finished our
throw.
activity, our first run of the Lawless Frontier. Now we're gonna go into another. And Tom, you had mentioned invasions earlier in the stream.
I'll believe it when I see
This is
it.
going to be our opportunity to show a little bit of that.
That's all I'm going to run if that's the
a little bit
case.
of that flavor. We're going to look at some of the UI in the orbit screens and our new holo map, and then we're going to show what it is to be invaded. New optional activity type as well, right?
Yeah. So in Invasion, like you might be familiar with Gambit. This is kind of like a new take on that kind of familiar mechanic here in Renegades, and we want players that kind of take on the role of a bounty hunter working for the syndicates, tracking down these renegades that are messing up their operations, taking out their commanders, stealing their stuff. And so you get to kind of play on the other side. You get to play on the opposition. So you're allied with all of the enemy combatants on the field. You can kind of wade in amongst them and pick and choose the strategic moment where you
Star Wars
kind of like
aesthetic.
lash out at these players and
they did a good job
steal
with
their
that.
bounty.
Yeah.
And
so how do you launch into this?
so here's the holo map, just for everybody. This is kind of a standard interface for the Lawless Frontier. This is how you access the social space,
I like
all
it.
of our jobs, and then in the end game we unlock the yellow node, which is invasion, and the red node, which is the contested territory. So we can take a look at the contested node here. This is where every day the syndicates are fighting over one of the maps on each of the planets, and you can kind of, as a defender, kind of throw in your pledge to the side you want to fight for. But these are also invadable nodes. So one thing I want to highlight is that invasion is opt-in. It's not a requirement. So if players don't want to deal with PvP, they can do like an expert difficulty for this, or they can just go to any of these other nodes on the map here that aren't invadable. But for the priority, the contested node on the highest difficulties, that's where the highest rewards are. That's where the invasion is. Now, on the
How many
other
of
side,
you
if
guys are
you're
going to be
invader,
invading?
You don't need to worry about the nodes. You can just go to the
Or
invasion
I was just saying,
node.
Arc Raiders, how many of you are going to be
you need to have
rats?
some death marks, which are a currency you earn by playing by just playing Lawless Frontier. You'll just accumulate them. And one interesting wrinkle here is you can actually wager those for additional rewards. So if we go to the little pane here on the side, there's these things. There's the death marks. You can interact with them two or three times to double and triple your rewards. Which obviously you're taking on some risk here. If you go do an invasion and it doesn't go your way,
Introducing
you
gambling
can lose
to children.
those tokens. But I think a
Very
lot
nice.
of players are going to want to do this because they can just get triple rewards on each invasion, which is really exciting. And on the other side, for people being invaded, if you take the invader down, you're going to get more time on the clock. You're going to get some revives back, and every time you kill an invader, they have the chance to drop extractables, which are rewards you can dunk at the end of the activity to get bonus armor, weapons. Yeah.
Stellar. So let's get our invader launched in here. We'll go back to our gameplay team.
Yep.
But while we're loading in, let's talk about what is the actual kind of approach to invasions. What are the objectives aside from seeking out guardians and destroying them?
Yeah. So as an invader, you're gonna start in the ready room, which we're gonna show in a minute here. You're gonna pick your loadout, like what's the right renegade abilities to bring in, and we've seen in playtest there's like a lot of different fun combos here. Like,
His name's
are you
Oryx.
gonna bring in the deflector shield, and then like the other team's gonna drop one, and then you're fighting on the Venn diagram of the deflector shields, or are you gonna just be a little more brute force and drop a behemoth and like kind of like, but try to be sneaky about it? And that's pretty hard to be sneaky in a giant walker, but you want to really pick those moments as the invader, because your goal here is to get 6 kills or 3 kills and 3 crests. Like you've got 6 points you need to get. You've got about 5 minutes to do it. You've got 3 lives.
That's not what I was
So
expecting.
you've got just enough time to really kind of like get in there, see where they are, kind of like rotate around, and then do a surgical strike, and then try to get them all in one go. And if you're lucky, you can do that, but you've got a few chances. And on the other side, they're going to know you're there. They're going to see that there's an invader on the field, but they're also trying to juggle the objectives that are on their side. And
they don't know when in the activity it's going to happen, right? So it could happen early on, it could happen later.
Yep.
But it only happens once per
Only
activity.
once.
Yeah, gotcha.
There's going to be a lot of broken
And then,
hearts.
One of the fun dynamics here too is playing the waiting game. You can instill a little bit of anxiety in that team you're invading. So you don't have to hop in immediately and go guns blazing. You can wait until they're at a pivotal moment where they're like, "Where's this guy?
Yeah,
What's
wait
gonna
till
happen?"
There's going to be some
It's been 3
trolls
minutes.
doing the
Wait till someone
invasion.
breaks off to go find a chest.
Yeah. Oh man. So in terms of balancing as well, are there any like extra abilities or things that
The new
invaders are gonna
Warlock
have at
ability
their
looks pretty
disposal, or is
cool.
it just a match of the Renegade abilities?
It's mostly Renegade abilities, though. Invaders will have, some amount of super, no heavy, and when they come in, we do highlight the PvE, the defender players, just so like they have a little bit of an idea where to go, and they can use that knowledge to kind of plan their initial attack.
Cool. Yeah, and it's been a bit of a balancing act as you've been going through this in the different cycles. In Gambit, like we juice that invader because it's a 1v4. In this, because you have the chaos of the lawless frontier and all that kind of stuff. Like you want it to be tilted a little bit because it's 1v3, but also you want to make sure if players are opting into this, they still have a fighting chance.
Yeah.
So.
And there's also the element of the non-regenerating health, which is a larger health pool, right? We've tuned it so it's more or less the same TTKs or time to kills as you have in Crucible, but players don't regenerate health, so you kind of have to take that into account when you are. When you're
There's some attrition
invading.
that can happen, like for the invader, where they can kind of wear
So-
people down if they're not paying attention.
We have our invader in their ready room. Let's talk about their shank buddy here.
Yeah, here's our little shank buddy. You want to speak to any of these abilities there?
Yeah, so we have 9 Renegade abilities here. Huge shout out
This game
to
has been
Cat
so
Sayers and the rest of the
complicated.
tech design team for all their work on these. Yeah, I mean, it looks like right now we got.
How does a
Nate
new
picking
player
the
come to this
Imperium
game
Behemoth and the drop pod,
and see all of these
there's
options and
there's a
have
variety
any
of ones
inkling
to
of an
choose from. We
idea
have multiple
of what
we have
they
3
are doing?
different vehicles,
This
and
game
each
is
of those vehicles have
overwhelming.
different upgrades with different functionality.
Yeah, and the Behemoth.
I
has,
can't
like,
imagine being a
3
new
or 4
player and
versions
trying to
of
figure
yeah.
this game out.
There's like missiles and the audio and everything is just so good. Okay, so our invader has started. It looks like moving toward our targets and preparing to throw that coin. So you can see there they clicked that right stick, and that is going to ready the ability. They then throw the ability and just drop the drop pod to get some
ammo
heavy ammo.
explosion.
Yeah.
Yep.
So need some heavy ammo to go into battle.
And Tom, before we were hopping in here before the stream,
This
we
is
were
a cool
talking about,
concept,
like,
though. I do like the invasion
size
part of it.
maps and how, as an invader,
feel like a
the
bounty
first
hunter
few
doing
runs,
this.
You might feel maybe a
I
little
think that's
lost
kinda what they
because
were
there's
going
a lot
for,
of space
too.
to cover. But as you get more acquainted with Europa or Venus or Mars, you can find better paths to get directly to the combat, right?
Yeah, these are some of our bigger maps we built. They're more comparable to like our larger public spaces that we built in Destiny. And again, there's 6 of them, and like there's any number of arenas these PvE players can be in that you're going to be.
So our
Eliminated.
just went out with the Thunder Crash and tried to hide and throw out the beacon for the
Walker.
The Walker,
Yeah.
yeah, or the Imperium Behemoth as we call it. But then got needle stormed right before they could jump into it. That was incredible.
So that's one of those strategic moments of like, how do I put the chess pieces down? How do I approach this and all that?
That was interesting because they invalidated that beacon right before they could use it. So the timing was impeccable.
Oh man. Oh boy, what was I just talking about? Size of the maps. Yeah, in rewards, I wanted to ask really quick too. So as you're wagering, you add more and more. Is there like a cap? Is it double the amount of rewards, or do you have?
It goes up to triple. So each additional death mark you put down is
Okay,
we'll double or triple it.
Here we go.
Trying again.
Here we go.
Jumping in. We're already
yeah.
taking a lot of damage.
And the more
I don't know if he's gonna do it. Oh, he bailed. Oh, did they get him? Who got who?
Oh, we had so many conversations leading into this of like, hey, we need to make sure Nate hold back a little bit. And now I think one of our gameplay folks is just like, oh, Nate, you're mine.
deleted.
Yeah.
No, going back to rewards, the better you do as an invader,
Invader
the more
struggling.
rewards you're going to get. So each kill, each crest you put on the scoreboard, it equals more rewards, and then those get multiplied by your wager.
Cool. All right. So
Invader got defeated twice. The Invader
This
has
machine gun
the
looks
3
sick.
lives.
3 lives, and then you can see up at the top of the screen it says Invader present still. So they're
oh, he's coming back for revenge. And it's
Oh,
immediately shut down.
Shut down with the 3.
I'm never gonna let Nate lose this game.
with the 3 coin wager too, or the
Yeah.
3 death mark wager.
he made a little bit there.
Good job.
So that's the I'm gonna put a little elbow in the ribs. The gambit you're taking. Ha 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 ha. So all right, we've gone through some Renegades content, rewards, all that kind of stuff.
Where's the dungeon?
I would love to shift focus a little bit to our general rewards update. So in the portal, in a bunch of different activities, we're going to have some new weapons that we're offering. We also have an armor refresh for a bunch of our activities. And Bjorn, I'm going to put the spotlight on you. So starting with our Vanguard Ops sort of armor set, this is going to be earned through Solo Ops, Fireteam Ops, and our new Arena Ops activity, which is bringing back 6-player activities to our portal, which is really exciting. It's going to be kind of like your militaristic, hey, I'm a grunt. I'm getting in there. I'm fighting the dark forces.
Has some ugly
the
armor.
weapons, Bjorndal. Up front, we have a new pulse rifle. What do we got?
Yeah, it's a new arc rocket frame pulse rifle. So you have an energy slot option now to go with your mid-range grade. A lot of excellent perks on here. I know a lot of people love the arc perks on weapons, and now you'll have it on a rocket pulse.
That'll be cool.
And then we have a fusion rifle and a sidearm.
Yep.
Correct?
Long overdue.
And then we do have some weapons that we're not showing in this stream, so stay tuned for launch.
We got 2 strand rocket pulses before we got 1 arc or 1
in our
solar.
previous season, it was a
one
kind
void.
of streetwear samurai, and this armor theme is
Kendo.
Kendo. And then we have 2 returning weapons that
It's
I
like
know players
a
have been
samurai in a
pretty excited about
circus.
seeing in the
He's
past.
got like
Some
pirate
new
pants on
combinations, but also a new
and a
heavy
fencing
crossbow.
outfit.
Yeah, so this is a new void crossbow to kind of fill out our elements for the crossbow now. And I think this one can get box breathing, which is new. Should be pretty good for what crossbows do.
Oh boy. So box breathing, aim down sight, get extra damage, and then run up to the enemy. Box breathing doesn't apply to serrated edge, but you pull the bolt back out and do some more damage. That'll be a fun loop. Next up, Crucible. So this armor set is actually pretty fun. Over the years, we've done thematic sets tied to weapon foundries. So in the past, you've seen Hake, you've seen Tex Mechanica, and now Suros is up to bat for the Crucible, and Shax is going to be handing these out. We also have some weapons up to slate. Fusion Rifle is a returning favorite, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, Riptide's coming back. We have a new aggressive Void hand cannon and a high-impact machine gun.
Awesome. And then let's see, last but not least, Trials of Osiris. So another offering for our PvP audience. A few eagle-eyed players may have seen this armor set yesterday. A little
realize my mouse
sneak
was just
preview,
sitting in the
totally
middle of the
planned.
screen.
But yeah, we have a new armor set for each class, and as you can see, coming back with the glows. So as you get more wins on your card, you can unlock gold or red or blue. And then we have some new weapons that are coming as well.
Yeah, like this lightweight Void pulse rifle with your favorite model.
I admit, since the set came out on the moon, Eris, all the crufty bits on it, cleaning it up, having, sorry, what frame type did you say?
Lightweight.
Lightweight. Chef's kiss. I cannot wait. And then I believe also we have a preview of a hand cannon. Now, one of our folks on the gameplay team over here was whispering in my ear day by day, night by night, that these rolls are going to be a bit juiced, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is a pretty juiced hand cannon. It's got perks for both PvE, PvP. It's a strand 140. You can get stuff like Lone Wolf Precision Instrument or Slice Explosive Payload. So you have a lot of options to pick for both PvE and PvP.
Awesome. Yeah, and across all of our activity types, we're trying to sprinkle out some things that players will get excited about. Not just, oh, I'm going to go into PvE to get the PvE gun. Like there are some PvP roles out there that you can get from your Fireteam Ops. There are some PvE roles that you can get from Trials. And that doesn't even cover what we have coming in the dungeon too. Before we do a little dungeon teaser, I do have a quick announcement as well as we're rolling through the list. We have an open access week that's coming on December 2nd. So for any folks out there that haven't played The Edge of Fate, that is actually going to be included in this open access week. So if your friends haven't played, if you haven't played, hop in, check out the beginning of our new saga, and earn some cool loot on the way. It's available to all players for that week, and it also includes some previous content as well, campaign and other. So let's see here. Dungeon. We want to talk about the dungeon. So Equilibrium. This is going to be our new dungeon. The race begins on December 13th at 10 a.m. So that's the second Saturday. We've already announced the time, but if you haven't penned it in, if you haven't gotten your fire team together, get ready for contest mode. For those that don't know what contest mode is, on day one, right at launch, this is going to be a very difficult.
I remember when I tried contest mode.
So if you want to go and try to be the world's first completion, this is your place to shine. And if you win world first, we have a cool trophy or some goodies for you. So contest mode is going to be available for the first 2 days, 48 hours of the dungeon availability. You can earn a really spicy emblem and some cool stuff as you go through that. And after World First has been declared, we will also have normal mode. So if you want to give a pass on some of that harder difficulty content, you just want to dive in and see what's on offer, that'll be there for you. Before we move on, we actually have a fun trailer to show. We can go ahead and roll it.
6. Everything you've shown me, I've made.
Is this the same trailer? Same dialogue.
The new Imperium to snuff out the light.
Yeah, it's the same trailer.
Violence is yours. You know what comes next. Give me strength.
Didn't even make a new trailer.
Take everything I have.
Welcome back. So watching that trailer, I just realized we actually missed
Watching
something.
that trailer
with Invasions.
again.
We were talking about the Praxic Blade and customization.
Mm-hmm.
There are different saber colors, correct?
Yeah, there's a wide variety of classic colors that I think players are going to have fun chasing down throughout the end game and maybe even Invasion.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, we showed it on the screen. Red, Invasions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay, moving right along, ending out our show, we're going to be covering what is going on through the end of the year. So during the launch window, we'll have some really cool things coming around. Vanguard orders are coming in week 2. And then after that, we're going to have the Dawning returning. So this is our winter celebration, our event, inviting Guardians to hop in, play some activities, get some fun rewards, and bake cookies for their favorite vendors in our tower. So Tom, just a really brief description for folks that may not know what the Dawning is.
Armor sets look pretty cool,
slay our enemies, you collect them as ingredients,
looks sick.
and then you bake them into delicious treats you feed to your friends.
I get
in
to
the
be
tower
a
like
furry
Zavala,
in
and he's just got
Destiny, yes.
Thousands of Galardoodles raining down upon him, and he gives you a gift in return, which could be, a spicy weapon roll.
Not gonna lie, the armor looks
maybe
pretty
get
cool.
some bright dust from some other pursuits and get this totally cool Winter Wolf armor.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Drifter is outside, like, ooh, you're putting enemies into the cookies? But, yeah.
It's totally a Drifter thing.
Right. The Winter Wolf set, this is going to be available for Bright Dust just by playing the game, or if you want to snag it from Eververse Silver, go right on ahead. But also on top of this cosmetic, we have new weapons that are going to be a part of the Dawning.
Yeah. So we have a burst linear fusion rifle, a breach grenade launcher, and a precision sidearm. And then also with this excellent new holofoil treatment. It's like
frosty,
covered in ice, and then as you fire, it'll slowly melt away the ice. That's cool.
Oh, perfect.
That's
All
actually
right.
kind of neat.
And sorry, I have one correction being whispered in my ear. Dungeon race starts at 9 a.m. Daylight savings time strikes again.
Gets us every time.
Every time. Oof. All right. So with that Dawning preview over, we are at the end of our show.
You didn't even talk
Thank you
about
so
the
much to
dungeon.
everybody for joining us today. As I said earlier, it has been a monumental effort. A ton of folks throughout the team have been crafting this experience, collaborating with Lucasfilm Games, and really just making something for you, our players. And we really, really hope you enjoy it.
I'm still going to play it.
Thank you for coming. We're going to kick it back to
Gonna give it all she's got,
launch
Captain.
trailer here in case you missed it at the top. And again, if you missed the Vidoc launch trailer, check out our YouTube.
You know what
And
sucks
after
is I
this,
go
stick
back to
around.
work.
We're going to be handing it off to one of our community members,
The day that
friend to
Renegades
us
comes
for
out.
many ages, a guardian of all time. But also, I don't
Not
believe he
happy about
existed
that.
before 2004, I've been told. So, 04 or bust. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time.
All right. Well, for any of you that tuned in, there was your look at Renegades.
We're supposed to protect the people, not rule them.
Honestly, all I got out of that.
The time of Guardians is.
All I got out of that was the fact that we basically have a new onslaught mode with some enhanced abilities. We get a lightsaber, and it might be a stellar soundtrack. That's about it. I didn't really show too much other than just horde mode gameplay, which I don't know. So I don't know what your thoughts are on Renegades. Are you going to be playing it? You're going to pass? I know that the Destiny the Destiny player base has just dropped significantly. So I hope to see a bunch of people get back in with Renegades. I think the Star Wars allure might be beneficial on their behalf. If they had one opportunity to cook, now's that time. There's a lot riding on this expansion. So hopefully the gameplay is, not too monotonous. And it's something that people want to come back and visit over and over. Hopefully the dungeon is, something spectacular. I know I'm excited for that. But the abilities look cool. I don't know about the whole Renegade ability thing. We'll see. But the changes that they've made to the subclasses sound really promising. Sentinel Shield thing sounds incredible. The fact that you're going to be able to sit behind a Sentinel Shield during a DPS phase, and now I see why they added this damage add-on to the shield throws, because you're buffing your team's damage, but now you're not shooting, so there's a loss in damage there. But you can offset that with, now as you receive damage to your Sentinel Shield in a damage phase, it charges up your shield throw, and apparently that shield throw at max stacks will do quote-unquote Thunder Crash level damage, which would be insane. And they said that you could even get, if you do it right, you can get that shield charged twice in one super. And there's ways to extend your super for the Sentinel Shield between exotics and stuff. So imagine being able to by yourself do 2 Thunder Crashes worth of damage and buff your team's damage output and reload their weapons. Like he was saying, if you time it right, you can just continuously shoot a rocket launcher until it's void of ammo. That'd be cool. Fix Golden Gun to where now you can use it in your well, so you're getting your max damage out of it. I don't know, there's a lot of cool little things. Be interesting to see how it plays out, what stuff ends up looking like. So thanks for tuning in. Let's see what Bungie cooks up come on the 2nd. I look forward to it. I won't be playing it. I'll be at work on a 48-hour shift. So I'll be, what is the 2nd? Tuesday? Should be Tuesday. Yeah. So I'll be playing it on Thursday morning when I get off work. But I hope to see some player base come back. Bungie needs some loving right now. So, all right, guys.